Hello guys, so in today's episode we're gonna talk about creating a fake hole. So it's based on a material. You can assign the material to even this one or even a plane, and there will be a hole, a fake visual hole inside it. So let's go ahead and start that out. Right click, create a material M underline hole. And actually the base fundamental for it is very simple. We don't need it to be default late, so let's go ahead and do a on late. Right click, it's called, this is a pre-built node inside Unreal Engine for creating fake windows, like the way they've created all the windows in the city in Spider-Man. So we can use this node easily. To see what's gonna happen, we can just go ahead and mask R, start previewing mode, and we are already having something. The tiling's not there yet, so hold 2 on your keyboard and we're gonna have it tiled one by one, and we have already something here. Let's go ahead and use a lerp. Hold L on your keyboard and left click, hold 3 on your keyboard, and left click. We want it to be like this color, and another one which is gonna be black. So let's see what happens next. Okay, so we have created it so easily. Let's go ahead and hook that out and see it on a plane in real world. So shapes, I want a plane here. Let's see, it is so convincing actually. Let's put it on the ground, so as if there's just a white, and you can see, wow, there's a depth inside and I can even fall into it, but there's nothing underneath it. So it's a completely fake material. We can add some details into it though. What if we want to add a texture into it? Well, I found a solution for it. It's not the best solution, but it works for some instances and it doesn't work for a lot of other instances. So let me show you that. Let's go ahead and mask RNG. We want 2 masks, and R and B. We can use a texture. I've already had this texture. We can bring that into our material. We can use the RNG UV and let's see what happens. Start previewing mode. Okay, so the tiling breaks a little bit. In some cases, in some textures, you wouldn't see this breaking happening in the texture, but in this instance, we are. The solution for adding the texture to this one, I mean, it's not the best solution, as I told you. It has this tile breaking thing, but the solution I've come up with is adding these two and use them instead of the lerp we have here. And now we have some variation into it. You can't really see much, but maybe we can add a color as well. Maybe something like this. Okay, so now we have some variation here. With some textures though, it works pretty well, but with the texture I'm using right now, it doesn't work that well. But anyway, this is the way you can use textures. If you found any other method to do it, a better idea, a better solution for it, let me know. I'm gonna update the video in the future if you tell me the solution to it. But anyway, so there are 2 other things I want to talk about. How we can change the sharpness and how we can change the height of the depth? Well, to change the sharpness, all we have to do is to hold M on your keyboard and multiply this by a value. So if you have this one looking like this, then you can multiply it by like 20 or 100. It looks pretty cool, right? It's sharper. And then you can clamp it out so it doesn't look that bad. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use 1 for now. Alpha. Hold S on your keyboard and sharpness. Default value is 1. No, not this one. Gosh. Right click. I'm gonna go ahead and create an instance because I want to change the sharpness here. Here as well, I want to use the instance. So let's change the sharpness in here. So as you can see, it changes the height a little bit. That's because it is being faded out from here to all the way down there. You can change the sharpness like this. Okay, what about the height of the depth? Well, you can achieve that easily by add node. So what if you add a1, you'll get something like this. If you add something like 2.2, you'll get something like this. You can change the height like this. So let's create our scalar parameter height or depth or whatever, it doesn't really matter. So let's change the height as well. We can even go lower, but I guess this is the far we can go. Or we can even go higher and change the sharpness if you want to. Yeah, this looks cool. Look at that. It looks something, right? If you go on top of it, nothing happens. Well, that was it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if it did help you, please hit that like button. Cheers.